A necessary condition to revolutionise manufacture and agriculture is that trade offered better prospects of wealth than office. Not in the case of China. Merchants were regarded as parasitical on productive peasants and could have their property confiscated by covetous mandarins. All energy and ambition was directed towards attaining state office through the imperial examination. Japan, isolated for 220 years, where a predatory elite inflicted unspeakable tortures on the peasants to keep them in subservient subsistence. A land of misery and oppression. India is productive and innovative, but feudal and systemically corrupt, with no common law or property rights and a stultifying caste system. The Ottoman Empire is a slave society, and also systemically corrupt. Even at the Siege of Vienna they are in decline. The Habsburgs were the weakest significant player in Europe. As a general guide, French revenue is double England's, which is double the Dutch, which is double the Habsburgs. Ottoman revenue approximates that of the Habsburgs. Russia has a backwards nobility and millions of enslaved serfs. Poland has a nobility who believe themselves mythically descended from Greek Sarmatians and oppress the Slav serfs who they regard as a different race. When the Habsburg Erbland introduced the second serfdom, peasants did 4 days robot labour per week. Even when Franz Raab showed a 50% rise in productivity after freeing his peasants, no reforms were made. The landlords fixed prices, fixed wages, monopolised manufacture and forced peasants to purchase from them. Early Bourbon Spain was totally dependent on France for gunpowder uniforms and munitions, and even asked for jam makers. Spain was run for the benefit of a fractious, extravagant, idle, indebted nobility who vetoed every suggestion of reform. Italy was ravaged by war and disunity and finally unified in 1870. Germany unified in 1871. All the failures have a weak middle class, whereas the wealthiest per capita country in the world, the Netherlands, is governed by the middle class, and the first to emerge as a commercial power. But they have no coal or iron and are simply too small and weak. Every advance by the Dutch in agriculture and commerce is adopted by England. Of the two main players, England's credentials are impeccable. Magna Carta, Henry Bracton, Thomas Cromwell, enlightened monarchs, stable currency, ministers prepared to confront the king, scientific inquiry, Francis Bacon, Royal Society, an enterprising aristocracy, and 2 successful revolutions by the gentry. In France, absolutism, Catholic fanaticism, and religious intolerance. The arrival of the Enlightenment was signalled by the departure of the Jesuits. Enlightened monarchs take back control of their church from Rome and expel the Jesuits. In Spain by Charles III, in France to appease the Gallican Parliament, and by enlightened Emperor Joseph II. By this parameter of progress, Northern Europe was 2 centuries ahead of the Catholic South, and North America 2 centuries ahead of Spanish America.